He destroyed their entire argument with one question, forcing them to admit what they were hiding. Republicans tried to dismiss the truth, but now the scandal is exposed. Watch it unfold.
Sorry. I ask unanimous consent to enter for the record. One of our colleagues had asked if there was evidence if the so-called Maryland man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, was MS-13. According to the Attorney General of the United States, she posted that the evidence shows Kilmar Abrego Garcia has repeatedly been identified as a member of MS-13 by a Maryland County Police Gang unit, which I introduced for the record, a reliable confidential informant, ICE officers, an immigration judge agreed, and an appellate board agreed.
Without
So you have, is that a court order? Well, I object.
No, she can put anything she wants in the record. She's not complying to your request, Mr. Goldman.
She asked for unanimous consent.
Okay, so you're objecting to her putting that into the record?
I am objecting subject to a clarification. Is that a court order that establishes that he's a member of MS-13?
An immigration judge agreed that he was MS-13.
For bail purposes.
Hold on, an appellate board agreed.
Don't misrepresent.
Hold on,
A judge.
Everybody pause. We're gonna let one person talk at a time. You ask a question, answer the question, please.
According to the Attorney General of the United States, she informed the country that an immigration judge agreed that your Maryland man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, is MS-13. An appellate board agreed. ICE officers
are misstating
agreed.
what
a reliable
Mr. Goldman,
informant.
the clock is not yours right now. She has the floor. Please continue answering the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A Maryland County
She's not answering the question, sir.
No, she's going to answer the question, and then you can object to her answer.
Can you make sure that she answers the question?
Finish answer. You just said, please finish your answer.
A Maryland County Police Gang unit agreed that he's MS-13. A reliable confidential informant agreed that he's MS-13. ICE officers agreed that he's MS-13. An immigration judge agreed that he's MS-13. An appellate board agreed that Kilmar Abrego Garcia, your Maryland man, is MS-13.
Okay.
I object.
Have the floor. What do you want to say?
I object because she is misstating the record and the facts. That is not accurate, and therefore I object to that being introduced. There's
Mr. Chairman?
Can I explain? You let her go on.
Go ahead.
There is no final court order establishing that he's a member. Maybe he is. So you should put all that evidence before a judge, and if he is MS-13, he should be deported. That's what we're talking about, but you're misstating what all of that evidence is.
No, I think I'm going to make a point here. You basically just read what the Attorney General said, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't assert that this was a court order, did you? Did you assert that this was a court order?
I read the Attorney General of the United States.
And you have a right on our committee to submit for unanimous consent or a vote if we want to put it to a vote. This for the record, correct? Is that it?
Yes.
That is correct. Okay,
Mr. Chairman,
can
I review what she is submitting?
No, she can submit something to this committee.
But it matters that she just said she represented exactly what the Attorney General said. She has a document there. I would like to see that document.
Let's make a copy for everybody, and we'll vote on. I'm going to hold on just a second. We're going to hold. Let's vote. You're calling for the question? We're calling for the question. The clerk, we're going to need to set. Hold on just a second. Brief recess.
Please, let's get this on the historical record.
This is great.
We voted in support.
All right, there's
Mr. Higgins, I'm just asking to see the document.
I have the floor. All right, so we have a motion to vote on the submission of this for the record. That's all that has been stated. And
I have a parliamentary inquiry, sir.
Do not interrupt me again. We are on the vote on whether or not this can be entered into the record. A motion has been made, and we will vote on that motion. All of those in favor.
I have a parliamentary inquiry before we vote, sir.
Mr. Ranking Member.
It's our request that we object. And in the middle of the objection, you consider a motion. which.
He was done talking about Ms.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You stopped him from talking.
I just have a parliamentary inquiry.
A parliamentary inquiry. Okay, go ahead. You have the floor.
Is it the procedure of this committee that someone who is making an objection to the admission of evidence cannot review that evidence before we vote on it?
Yeah, the content is irrelevant to the motion, and the motion has been made to vote on the submission for the record.
The content is irrelevant? I mean, that's what I'm objecting to. If she is accurate in what her representation is, I will withdraw my objection. I just need to see the document.
Somebody walk the thing over there and let him read it. I mean, get to the bottom of this quickly. We'll hold on your vote, Mr. Ogles.
Mr. Chairman, given that this is a tweet from the Attorney General that is effectively, I believe, consistent with what Ms. Taylor Greene says, I withdraw my objection.
Gentleman withdraws his objection. I now recognize, who's up? Mr. Jimenez for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Madam Secretary, for the fine work that you've done. I also want to thank you for approving the members on this side of the aisle, and myself included.
What you just witnessed was an explosive moment in a committee hearing where accountability was demanded and truth could no longer be avoided. Congressman Patel cornered the witness, exposing how the powers in charge were not only refusing to disclose the facts, but also hiding behind bureaucratic red tape to cover up their failure to follow through with the law. For years, we've seen how the justice system in this country works differently depending on who you are. The powerful, the wealthy, the well-connected, they have the ability to sidestep accountability. But in this hearing, the truth could no longer be ignored. The moment Congressman Patel asked that crucial question, "Is there a court order?" the room went quiet. It was the question that had to be asked, but the answer was the one that exposed a serious flaw in the system. There was no court order. In this country, due process is supposed to be a fundamental right. Yet here we are, watching as the justice system is used for political gains. The case of Garcia is not just about one man or one case. It's about the very fabric of fairness and equity in our legal system. When a government official can step in and ignore due process without consequences, it sends a dangerous message. The law is not equal for all. This is where the real issue lies, the power imbalance. Bureaucrats, politicians, and those with connections get to make decisions that affect ordinary Americans without any accountability. The moment Patel demanded answers, it became clear that the law is being weaponized to target political enemies while letting allies and the wealthy off the hook. This is what happens when power is concentrated in the hands of a few. It's used to manipulate and protect those in positions of authority. And in this case, it's a political system that thrives on protecting itself at all costs. The emotional toll this takes on Americans is not just about one case. It's about the millions who feel the system is rigged. It's about the families who are stuck in a broken system where the law doesn't always apply to everyone equally. The frustration is real. The anger is palpable, and the disillusionment continues to grow. The fact that a simple question about a court order could spark this much tension shows just how far we've fallen. This isn't just a matter of legal technicalities. This is about justice for all, and whether or not our institutions are still serving the people or protecting the elite. This isn't just about the Garcia case. This is about all the cases where individuals can be treated unfairly because of their status. What about the victims? What about the average Americans who rely on a system that should be protecting their rights? What about those who are being left behind because the system has failed them? For every person caught in a system like this, the ripple effects are felt by entire communities. The institutional failure we see here isn't new, but it's becoming more apparent with every passing day. Bureaucrats like Harrington or others in power routinely sidestep their duties to protect their own interests, leaving regular citizens to suffer the consequences. They hide behind their positions and avoid taking real responsibility, letting the powerful continue to dominate. The anger is justified, but it should also spark action. We can't just stand by and watch. This moment is a reminder that no one, absolutely no one, should be above the law. This is about restoring the principles that make this country great: fairness, justice, and accountability. If we let the elite continue to bend the system in their favor, what does that say about us as a society? Are we going to sit idly by as corruption takes root at the highest levels? Here's the truth: the system is broken, but it's not beyond repair. We have the power to change things. We have the power to hold our leaders accountable, to demand that they follow the law, and to ensure that justice is truly equal. Enough is enough. If this moment doesn't light a fire in us to fight for what's right, then we are truly lost. It's time to demand answers, demand transparency, and demand that the law be followed. How long are we going to let this happen? How many more cases will be swept under the rug because the powerful have the means to silence the truth? This moment is not isolated. It's part of a larger, systemic issue that continues to affect millions of Americans every single day. But we have the power to demand change. We have the responsibility to hold those in power accountable. This is the wake-up call. It's time to take action. It's time to raise our voices, share this video, and spread the truth. Don't let this moment slip away. Subscribe, stay informed, and stay loud. Together, we can make sure the truth doesn't get buried again.